Hey, what's going on, guys? Variable at you with another video. You're probably wondering why I said variable. I did change my username recently. It was ButaneHashSniper, and I went from that to VariableGemini. The reason being is, I just kind of wanted to have a more professional approach on things. While I do support marijuana use, as I do use myself, I really wanted something that kind of fit me more. I happen to be a Gemini, and my thinking's kind of variable when I do things. I don't know. There's a lot of meaning to it if you read about it, but I just felt like I needed something different, more official, something that I could actually say I would actually use this name in competition, for example, if I were to. I'm nowhere near the level of competing, but if I were to, I would definitely want to have a little bit more professional approach to it. Just my opinion. I know I've seen some funny names, and that's cool. I love seeing them. But yeah, so that's that. Some other very exciting news is I actually have a new main. You can see I'm playing as Lifeline. I picked her. Well, before I say why I picked her, I don't know, I just kind of was looking for somebody that could resemble Octane for his speed. But then I was realizing, Octane's really just Octane. He's really fast. He's probably the fastest character in the game. Arguably, besides maybe Wraith. Oh, man. How could I forget about Pathfinder? It's pretty fast, too. Actually, his grapple can actually really outbeat Octane now that I think about it. You know? I really should start thinking before I speak, huh? But I don't know. I like her abilities, and the reason why I really like her abilities, for one, is her healing is a lot faster, and she has her healing drone, which means you can use that and then start popping your shields at the same time. But while I was playing with Octane, he has a passive healing, so after a while, when he's not getting hit or anything like that, you start to heal a little bit. Now, it's not really good when you're in battle, per se, but I would say it's pretty good when you're just looting up, so you're not really paying attention, or let's say you don't have any syringes, you're pretty low. It's pretty useful in those situations. But I just really admired Lifeline's healing abilities being faster and just being able to use the drone. But not only that, but she's a support, so it's kind of cool too. I love getting the teammates up faster and having that shield. It has actually helped me in some situations. But other than that, I really do like the other legends. If I were to pick other ones, I'd probably play as Pathfinder for sure. Definitely Pathfinder. But the healing is what got me, the fast healing. And I will really explain that in depth if I can study it a little bit more. The healing times are all different depending on what you're using. Like the syringes versus the med kits, they're both different healing times. Just like the shield batteries and the shield cells, so yeah, she's definitely my main pick at the moment, so I'll stick with her for a little bit. But also her care package, of course, I almost forgot to mention that, just because it's kind of basic. You can find some pretty cool things in there sometimes, and you can help yourself out or your teammates. It really depends. Sometimes I just give the care package to my teammates. Sometimes I'll actually use it as a distraction, it sometimes works. Or you can use it for cover. I did that once. That was pretty funny. But overall, she is my main pick. Enough talking about Lifeline. She's pretty cool. Check her out if you like her. I certainly do. Her abilities are sick. But anyways, on to the next subject. Something I've been aiming at for a long time now. I did mention this in my other video, is hitting 1 million total damage. I am obsessed when it comes to numbers, and especially achievements. I don't know what it is, but I just love getting the high numbers. It's just me. It's not for everybody. It's not all about that. I understand that. It's about skill and stuff too. So when I'm doing my challenges, I honestly try not to just be noobish and sit back if you're trying to get top 10 or anything like that. Just go for it. Go for the kills. That's me. That's another thing. I love getting the high kill counters. I gotta work on that for Lifeline. But jeez, what were we even talking about? Oh yeah, the 1 million total damage. See, I'm getting sidetracked here. Yeah, so 1 million total damage. It took me, well, let's see, it's season 4, and I hit it in season 4 finally. So yeah, that's a pretty long time. 4 seasons long. I probably could have hit it sooner if I played a little bit more. Not that I haven't been playing it enough, but or if I was like them pro players, they could probably hit that in half the time or even quicker. But that's a cool achievement there. So to put it into perspective, what I was talking about previously about the 1 million damage, I have played over 1,000 hours now total, which doesn't, I don't know, it may seem like a lot or maybe it doesn't seem like a lot. When I keep looking at it, it doesn't seem like that much, but it probably is if you actually look at it that way and calculate the numbers into months. But I don't know. I've heard people talk about like 5,000 hours being played, which is actually pretty insane. That is a lot of practice. Alright, so the new PC hardware and accessories are working flawlessly. I've had no issues so far. Alright, so what I got was the Corsair K68, I believe, and it was the MX speed switches. So I went from MX blue switches, which are kind of clicky and loud, honestly pretty annoying in my opinion, to the MX speed switches, which I don't know really what you would compare it to the other ones, but I can say from personal experience it's pretty quiet, honestly. If you've ever used them membrane keyboards, like the chiclet style keyboards on laptops, they're pretty quiet overall. They're really not that loud. That's pretty much what it starts to sound like, unless you really hammer on it, which I'm trying not to. But yeah, I've had no issues with that. The Mousepad, awesome. It's really cool. It's a full-length mousepad. I actually would call it probably more like a desk mat, but I'll throw a picture up on the screen so you can see it. It's really cool. I know I have a really weird setup, by the way. Alright, the chair. Yeah, I ended up getting a different chair. I definitely needed an upgrade there, because as we all know, posture is pretty important when it comes to gaming. You don't want to mess your spine up. I'm really just speaking about the spine, because that's the main thing that can really go pretty fast with poor posture, so you're trying to work on it as best as you can. It seems to be doing alright. I was actually thinking of getting a lumbar support pillow. It might actually help support my back a little bit more. It's just kind of weird when you scoot back, there's just a little gap in between your back and the chair, about midway. But other than that, everything else is fine. So it really goes to show when it comes to chairs. My advice would be, unless you're sponsored or something like that, I wouldn't really go for them racing style gaming chairs, or anything with the name gaming in it in general. Unless, I guess the argument would be, now I don't know for sure, so don't take my advice completely on this. This is just a little something that I thought of. If you have money to spend like, I don't know, like $200, $300, $400 or more, and they have a gaming style chair, you could look into the ergonomic type ones. But other than that, a regular office chair would be your best bet, because the bucket style seats that you would have when you're sitting in a car seat, for example, they're designed so that you don't shift side to side, and it keeps you really snug in there, so you know, it's just for safety reasons. So when it comes to gaming and sitting all day, not really good. It's really bad for your posture. But I don't know, enough with that. The microphone quality hopefully sounds a little bit better. Unfortunately, as with a lot of microphones actually these days, picks up a lot of background noise, like static noise a little bit. I hope it's not too bad in this, and if it is, please do mention it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about it. But I was using their audio effects in Windows 10 for just the suppression, and just suppressing it really does get rid of the background noise, but by applying those effects it degrades the quality too much, and it starts to sound, it reminds me of like an Xbox mic actually. So I don't know what it'll do there, but the video's coming to an end. I did not plan on actually talking this much. It's kind of a first thing for me. If you guys want me to talk through the whole video, please do let me know. If not, I won't. I'm pretty much trying to entertain you guys. But other than that, no new news. Alright guys, I'll see you next Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.
Around the corner, 10 left. Health drawn if you need it. Just giving my shields a recharge.